Hi, Melanie. My name is Faye, and I'm glad that you came in to speak with me on today. Um, what we're going to be doing is just getting a little feel about what's going on with you and what brought you into the offices of Love Can Be Beautiful. And we're just excited that you came today, and we really want to make you feel comfortable and help you through whatever process that you need to go through and involve your intended, so to speak, if you would like for him to come in as well as couples therapy. But right now, we just want to get a little information about you and see what brings you to us.
Okay. Well, I'm 27 and I am getting married in a little under 4 weeks. And I'm having some anxiety about the wedding night. I'm a virgin. I haven't been intimate with anyone else, and I never thought about it until I met my fiance. But I've never been able to talk about it.
Okay. Why do you think you were never able to talk about sex? Was that you were unable to talk about it because there was something within you, or was that something that you never talked about in your home, in your family of origin, or?
Right. With my mom, we never talked about it. And I grown to, and we never talked about it, and she basically made it seem like sex was, you don't talk about it until you're married. And she's also, can't express to me that, it was a dirty little thing, and that she only did it to keep my father happy. So, never being able to talk about it, I just really learned to not talk about it. So that's just how it's been. And I've never talked about it. Of course, my friends have talked about it and everything, but I'm like the prude of the group. I don't know what to expect. I just need to talk.
How did that make you feel growing up? I mean, did you ever have questions, or did you just put it out your mind, or did you have questions and you weren't really comfortable with asking her about it?
I had questions, but because, growing up in high school, all your friends are talking about it, doing it, but I never commented on it. I had questions, but I really just put it out of my mind because it's just what my mom taught. Act like a lady. You don't do those things. You don't talk about those things.
Was there ever any religious connotations to why you didn't have sex before marriage, or why you didn't talk about sex?
Yeah,
Was your house...
we're raised in a Christian household, so of course there is no sex before marriage. But I always felt that my mother took it a step forward, or a step out more, to where she wasn't even happy, with sex with my father. So it seems as though, or she taught us, or me and my sister, that it's just something that you just don't do. She expressed several times, the only reason she did do it was because my father wanted, to have sex. So.
And your sister, is she older or younger?
She's older. And she's had sex, and she doesn't have any problem with it. I don't know, but her and my mother always clashed. Me and my mother always, were closer than them two. So.
Is your sister married now?
Yes, she is.
And she's
married.
Happy
and
in her sexual activity?
I think so. She hasn't told me anything otherwise, so I think so. I'm just having issues with it because I feel like a child, in a grown-up relationship, and I'm not there, sexually. And my fiance, of course, he's had sex, and he hasn't pushed me to do anything I really enjoy. I mean, I really admire him for not pushing me, to do something that I didn't want to do or wasn't comfortable with. So I really do like that.
Well, I heard three things there. I heard that you have an older sister who seems to be, um, from all what you can see on the outside looking in, you said she's had sex and she's comfortable in her own skin right now, and that she's married. Um, I also heard that she wasn't as close to your mother, that she clashed or maybe had her own belief system, and that you were very close. And also that your fiance is supportive and never forced you to go against anything that you weren't comfortable with doing. So that sounds like you have some good support networks there. Where is your mother in your life at this point now?
Well, she's passed away. She's been gone for about 2.5 years. But it's just, I just keep hearing her in my mind, you don't do that, you don't do that, you don't do that. I mean, so it's like, am I going to have a hard time enjoying sex with my husband? So that's just my question. And you know, what do I do? Those are my
Well, the
questions.
wonderful thing about sex is that it can be a very relaxing and beautiful experience. There's really no right or wrong way to have that occur. It's a physical thing. It's a natural thing. It's something that God created as a joyous thing for us to enjoy, especially when you're married and under His will and under His protection. When you find someone that you really, really love and that you want to explore and create something more beautiful just through expression, whether a child is created or not, but just become something greater than the sum of one. It can be very rewarding. Everybody has a first time, no matter what circumstance it is. And luckily for you, your first time will be pleasurable. It will be your honeymoon. There are different avenues that we can look at. The good thing is that you decided to come in and talk about this. We have about 4 weeks until your wedding, so that's some good time. I think what we can look at is maybe having about 4 sessions of some psychotherapy and just talking about what your expectations are and defining what you think of. You know, I've heard maybe what your sister, I've heard maybe the imprint that your mother did, and family of origins are just that. We don't get to choose our family of origin. And we're thankful for the things that they give us that help create us, and that DNA and that spiritual DNA and just even our pulse to the world. But eventually you find your own beat and your own path. So your mother's views, honestly, don't have to be your views anymore. And you have a wonderful, wonderful opportunity to start a new life as a married woman. And also as a woman who has chosen to keep her body as a temple of God and holding that near and dear with God, and then consummating your marriage on your marital night. So that is a blessing in itself. And, you know, God talks about a Proverbs woman and how this woman really tries to build her house and not destroy it. So, and how her husband will cherish her and that she's more worthy than rubies and gold. So I know that there are going to be great things for you. I just think you need to take some deep breaths and know that this is an experience that you will get through. It's not going to be very painful, so you can release that anxiety if that's what you're worried about. It's almost like a little pressure, a little feel of pressure when the male, and I'm assuming you're marrying a male.
Yeah.
But we do have to check. I mean, if you are marrying a female
yes.
partner, we at Love is Beautiful think that's okay too. But there will be some pressure point there, and we'll make sure that you have a full medical, physical. Actually, I can schedule you with that on our medical side with the MD and gynecologist this week. So we'll try to get you in this week. Have you had a well woman already?
Yes.
This year?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we'll just do a physical and make sure everything is working okay and that you're fine, and they can get you some lubricants and things like that as well if you're going to need some assistance with that. One of the psychotherapy sessions, you'll have 30 minutes also with a sex therapist who will focus on some relaxation and some romance techniques for you as well.
Okay.
Just you can start kind of thinking about what your goals are for this and what you want to get out of this experience with us, as well as if you could plan the perfect honeymoon night, what that would be like for you. So if you can just start kind of gelling a little bit of that in your head, and that might take away some of the anxiety of it. So look at this as a present, like a gift that you can open and you can design it to be that perfect day for you. And we'll start getting to work on that in our next session.
Okay. Wonderful.
Do you have any questions for us right now?
No, not at this time. I just, needed to get off some of that.
Breathe
so
and release.
I feel a little better. And I look forward to our upcoming sessions.
Okay, so let's just take a deep breath in. And then exhale. And I want you to say, I bless and release.
I bless and release.
Okay, so everything's going to be okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.